It's time to unbox the Crosstour. Hi and welcome back to Check It Out. Some 3 years ago now I unboxed and reviewed my first action camera, the Crosstour CT9900, and it does still remain one of the best budget action cameras that I've actually used so far, and I still use it quite regularly. But now Crosstour have actually brought out a new version, and it sort of addresses all the little things that weren't available on the earlier version, and that's the CT9900. So during the recent sales on Amazon, I went ahead and bought myself one. The packaging itself then hasn't really changed at all. Still the same brown plain box. I'm not sure if they used recycled paper for this or not. It doesn't say anything on it. On the back here we've got some of the details about the camera, and we're going to go through some of those in a moment. But first of all, let's see what's in the box as usual. They're usually quite good at giving lots of extras with the camera. First of all then, you've got the user manual, and of course there's a QR code in there to get hold of your app for the camera, because it does have Wi-Fi as well, so off the draw of obscurity with that. Contact support, and then we have a special gift for you. Okay, I'll have a look at that later. And then quick start guide. So lots of paper for the draw of obscurity. We'll get the camera out then. It's in its waterproof mount, and if we undo that, we can release the camera itself. So there's the camera, all fresh and new, and we'll come back to that in a moment. What else is in here? Accessories box. Let's have a quick look under there. Nothing else under there, just empty space, so we'll get rid of that and we'll have a look at the accessories. So along with the camera and the waterproof housing, you get a ton of accessories. A lot of the camera makers these days don't actually give you all these bits with them anymore, as you may have seen if you watched the Fairtech video recently. So you got 2 batteries, and these are, let's have a look, 3.7 volt as usual, and 1350 milliamp hour, so quite a good battery that. So 2 of them. The extra back for the camera, for the, I think it's the shoulder mount or the strap mount, I can never remember which one that is. I think you put the strap through the little slats there to fit it, and the arm mount as well, that's the other one. So we've got lots of little fit-ins, the cage for the camera, the dry weather cage. Now the last time on the CT9000 when I did this, it didn't fit properly. That one really fits snugly, perfect. So that's the dry weather cage. Little spacer. You've got your microphone, because this does have a microphone input, and there we go. It looks like a pretty good quality microphone as well. I'm not sure I like this type of mounting, but we'll have a look at that. I'm not sure how strong that might be. That looks quite thin there, but we'll come back to that. It's a micro USB, so we'll put that there. Some more mounting hardware. There's a USB cable for charging. It's type A to micro USB. We got the arm strap that I was talking about, so that goes around your arm, cage and whatever. Then we've got bike mount. We got some stickies. Got the little lanyard there So you can attach that so if it comes off its mount you don't lose the camera. Some more strapping, some more mounts, some more spacers, and this is the clip-on mount that I was talking about. So that clips on to your belt or whatever. And then you got another, oh there we go, we got the remote control there as well for it. And one of these straps can actually be used on remote control as well. Oh, it fell out of the box, there we go. So all these accessories come with the camera itself. So for the price I paid for this, it's quite extraordinary really. They are, or have been until recently, advertised at about £120, which is lower than most of them with this specification actually have been selling for. This one though was reduced in the Amazon sale to £79.99, and then there was a code as well, ticket or whatever you call it, of an extra £20 off. So I got this £120 camera for £59.99. Incredible. I'm not sure if that's still going on. You can have a look on Amazon UK if you want. It may be still there, it may not be. It may be back up to £100, it may be still at £79.99, or it may have that ticket that you can get the extra £20 off. Now then, the camera itself, as I said, it's pretty well spec'd out, this one. It has loads of things that a lot of other cameras don't have. First of all, it is a full 4K camera, as you can see, with 60 FPS, and this is a true 4K. It's not interlaced. And the other thing about this is it has EIS, Electronic Image Stabilization, and most cameras, they may go up to 4K 30 with the EIS, but this actually goes up to the full 4K 60 with the EIS, so you can have stabilized 4K 60 with this, and I'm looking forward to trying that out. And of course you then get very good slow motion photography with the 1080p or the 720p. I think it's something crazy like 240 or 380 FPS with the lower settings. So what else do we have? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. First of all, I'm going to grab myself an SD card, and then we'll have a look around the camera and have a look at the settings. Okay, first thing we need to do then is to insert a battery. Now, I did wonder whether the batteries from my other Crosstour might fit. These are 1200 milliamp hour, and yes, they do. So I've now got 4 batteries for this, because I've got the 2 from the previous one and 2 from this one. I'll put these ones in for now, the new ones, and put the door on. I would have liked, like some of the newer cameras, this to have the door with a hinge on it, because you do worry about losing this little clip-on door otherwise. So that's in there. So looking around the camera then, we have the power button, we have up-down selections from the menu, and we have the video start-stop. We have a connection there for putting onto a mount. We have the HDMI, micro HDMI, and micro USB, and then we have the micro SD XD slot. So let's just slide. Again, this is a 4K camera, 60 FPS, so it'll be very high bitrate. We need to have a U3 micro SD card. You can get this type, which is a C10, or you can get a U1, but they will not give you the full bitrate on this camera. It'll probably fail in film, and it might work in 1080p, but it almost definitely won't work for 4K 60 FPS. Let's power this up then. Set the language to English. I'll just set the date as, what is it today? It's the 20 something, isn't it? Let's just skip that bit. Set the date. Format the card. Format complete, that was quick. Setup complete. So now we have the main menu. We're in the playback menu by the looks of it. If we click on that, and then you have the camera, bin, and so on. So now then, let's have a little look and see if there are any swipes. Swiping actually changes it from camera mode to video mode. Interesting. Swiping down doesn't seem to do anything. You've actually got a zoom function there, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's a zoom function to zoom in and out. Swiping up takes you to a menu with normal, seamless. That's for driving mode, I would imagine. Continuous recording, V time lapse. Okay, so that's time lapse mode, slow motion mode, fast motion mode, and Wi-Fi. Let's put the fast motion on because I'll be using it for mostly motorcycle work and videoing, and it doesn't make much difference anyway if you're using it in normal use. Video resolution, okay, 4K 30, 4K 60. EV, leave that on 0. EIS, and there we go, you can switch on the stabilization in 4K 60. I've come out now instead of carrying on, so let's try that again. Loop recording, we don't want to bother with that. Fast motion movie. I'm actually missing a couple out here. You got time lapse, slow motion movie, fast motion movie, okay. Wind noise reduction. That doesn't work because of course the microphone's not plugged in as yet. Auto low light, is that on automatic? Let's stick that on automatic. Date stamp, we don't want that. And I think that's the end of that menu. Then we go into the main menu of settings. Power frequency, I always put that at 60. You can argue it if you want, but it's something I always use. Sounds, I always turn the shutter sounds off, boot up sounds off, and beep sounds off because they're annoying. Microphone, you got built-in or external, so I can plug the external mic in and just use the external mic by itself. So let's grab that microphone from there, and we can plug that in there, and now it's on the external microphone. And then we've got white balance, we leave that on automatic. Effects, normal, black and white, natural, so you got the usual effects. We'll keep that on natural, I think. Distortion calibration as well, so you can adjust the distortion on the camera if it's in super wide mode. Driving mode, date and time, screensaver, auto power off, power and auto record. So if you wanted to switch on like a GoPro, you press the button, it switches on, it starts recording. You can use that mode there. Language, format card and system. I will check the system to make sure it is up to date with the firmware as well. Now auto power off, I'm going to set that to 5 minutes, and also screensaver, I'm going to set that to 3 minutes. So it's there, that's it. Nice and simple, nice and easy, not complicated. You can adjust everything you need to adjust, and it's just a simple, straightforward, everyday camera, budget camera, and it's got the capabilities of some of the really, really high-end cameras. I'm looking forward to trying this out because, as I said, the last Crosstour, the CT9900 that I have, has been brilliant. I've used it a lot and it's always been good. It's never failed me, never had any problems with it, and it's good quality as well. You can have a look through my older videos if you want. This one I'm hoping to do the same, so the next video I'll be showing you some test footage from this as I did with the first one. For now then, thank you for watching.